Alright, so we are headed out to drop off Rachel at her surprise birthday party for Gigi. And we, Isabella and I, will be picking up Ava, her best friend, and bringing her back to the house for a sleepover. Is that the plans? Okay, so we're on our way.
That was not. It was. Are you going to take? Where's Lisa? Here, come on. She's over there. Come over here. Come over here. Oh, there you guys are. I'm like, I thought I saw you walking over there. Over there. Did you see Gigi? Oh, you guys come over here. I'm looking for you. I'm like, where are you? I thought you were supposed to be here. Yeah, she's here soon. She's like, I'm in the restroom. But then we started walking and she's like, I just saw Gigi. I'm like, oh my God.
It's gonna be obvious now.
Oh, look, look at that. Oh, that is sweet. That is sweet.
Hi, Bella. How are you?
Good, how are you?
You saw Rachel? She's like, I don't know what's happening. And then I was like, are they meeting downstairs? Upstairs, and Gabby walked over here. I'm like, I'm not meeting downstairs. I'm like, they're probably
Happy birthday, 1, 2, 3.
Happy
That is
birthday.
cool.
like, you can't be close to one. Well, you can, but
You got the girl? Nice. Beach volleyball.
Did you guys park in the structure?
Frog camera, get the frog. Frog race. Look, we have to get the calamari. That's $14. No, thank you. Mozzarella's $11. It's more.
So, we just had late lunch. We are headed back to the car to head home. Hi.
No, you're not.
We just dropped off.
You're not even videotaping. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. Flip the camera over.
We just had lunch. We were listening to the band. And now we're back at the car. Good morning. It is September 24th, Sunday. Been up a couple hours having breakfast, and Cheryl left to pick up Rachel from the sleepover last night, and I'm just cleaning up and getting ready to edit today, and also to cook for the week, and then hopefully maybe start my mix for the week. But I gotta finish the editing so I can post it up tonight or tomorrow. Anyways, yesterday after we got home and Izzy and Ava were playing, hanging out for the sleepover, my wife and I, we finished 13 Reasons Why. So we saw all 13 episodes, or I saw all 13 episodes, which I started on Thursday and finished it yesterday. Went to sleep around 3, and it was a pretty good season. Good season. Really good show. Excited to see what happens for season 2. Sounds like they're gonna have a season 2. I was researching it on YouTube. So just what a crazy story. I know I'm late watching it. I guess it came out in March, and I'm assuming finished up probably in the spring. So looks like October is supposed to be season 2 starting, and I can't wait to watch it. If you have not watched it, I recommend catching it on Netflix, and it's gonna take you on a crazy ride. If you've watched it, comment below. Let's discuss teenage suicide. Do you think if one of those people stepped up, would they have made a difference? I would like to think so. Makes me think about my past and people that I know, and it makes me look at the girls I coach a little bit more carefully. What I got from the movie is just we need to listen a little bit more to people, especially young ones. I remember being a teenager, and those were some tough times. Academically, socially, with parents. You just want to fit in, and sometimes you do things out of the ordinary or unlike yourself to fit in, or sometimes you don't say anything just to make sure no one gets mad. Or I know it's a complicated time. I think it's just the sense of finding yourself, the sense of finding yourself within a group of friends, trying to fit in, all that stuff. It's difficult. I think teenagers just get exposed to so many more things now compared to when I was a teenager, and probably compared to when my parents were teenagers. So they're dealing with even deeper issues. This determination to grow, to do adult things earlier is what I'm seeing. And with my kids, I'm trying to, make sure that they're kids still. So they need to be kids. They don't need to be introduced to this stuff. They don't need to be experiencing this stuff, but some of them are. So that's where I think myself and the parents and everybody, school staff, family members, classmates, friends, need to listen. And guess not keep secrets, or I don't know. It's tough. It's tough decision, tough situation to be a teenager. I remember it was tough, like I said, during my time, and I can't even imagine what it is now. But with respect to my kids, I just try to keep that line of communication open. I'm very involved in my daughters, and I'm very involved with my daughters' friends and their parents. So, and I have expressed, when especially with my team, if players aren't the same. I've gotten to know some of these girls for a while, and sometimes they're not acting the same, or they're not as happy, or they're not themselves. And I think the one thing I've decided was to let their parents know that they're acting differently. Not that I am tattling on them, but it's just an observation, and I just want to make sure that on my end as a coach, we're not doing anything to affect that in the family and school end, that they're not also doing something to affect that, or at least making everyone aware that, hey, this person's not acting the same. I think that's one thing, especially with one of the main characters, is he didn't express himself, and that was kind of one of the reasons why this girl committed suicide. So that's one thing I've done in the past, is just if I don't feel something's right with some of the girls that I know, that I express that observation to parents, just so people know. Well, anyways, comment below if you want to discuss about 13 Reasons Why I recommend this show. I say get on it right now if you're interested in mystery. It's more than just a suicide show. It has a great plot. Definitely grabs you, and you want to watch all the shows. You become attached to some of these characters, so you just kind of want to see how the story develops around each one of them. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to. Well, how did I hear about this show? It was a discussion at work. I guess it's a controversy because of the whole teenage suicide thing. So it's sensitive matter, and I think with my girls and with their friends, I think parents are wondering if it's appropriate for younger kids because of the sensitive topic. Some of it is graphic. Some of the content is adult. It is rated as mature audience. Would I let my 5th grader watch it? Probably not. I think it's a little early for her to be introduced. Like I said, I think she's still a kid. It's a little above what she's experiencing. My 8th grader, it's definitely something I would think about as she's approaching high school and junior high. Sounds like these type of things are happening: rape and drugs and alcohol and partying and sex and suicide. So I might be a little bit more open to her watching it, because next year she's going to be in the heart of it, new school, trying to fit in, being introduced to older kids. Although the topics are sensitive, I think it would be good for her to watch for the entertainment value, because like I said, it's a good story, but also just to expose her to what a lot of kids I think are experiencing in high school and probably in junior high. We have a special case where the girls are going to private school, small class, so we can see, and we know the parents and we know the kids. High school is a little different with it being bigger, and like I said, especially freshman, sophomore year, it's just more kids that they may interact with, but we may not know. That's how I got into the show, is that we discussed this, like, should we show our kids this? Our kids are interested in watching it, their friends are watching, is it appropriate? I think for pre-junior high, I think it's a little too much. I think junior high it's too much, but like I said, I think it's reality, so if she's interested in watching it, I think I would let her watch it. I know you fellow parents probably don't feel the same, but me personally, I know my parents wouldn't care. They didn't care what I watched when I was a kid, but I do. I mean, I shouldn't say they didn't care. They cared, but with this, I'm a little bit more sensitive to what they watch. because it's just a lot more out there. But I think they would learn from it, but also appreciate that it's just a really good story. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. I get why parents are sensitive to it, and you got to do what you feel is right for your child. That's my opinion. But I personally feel that I'd be okay with her watching it if she was interested in watching it. I think what I would do is watch it with her, just so I could monitor things. Not that I'm gonna like tell her to close her eyes or anything on certain things, but just to monitor the storyline, just because it's heavy. Could be reality in the next few years, and to prepare her in a more fictional way through this movie as opposed to her experiencing it through real life. But comment below if you wanted to talk about anything that I talked in the vlog this week, and we will get ready for the work week. All right, have a wonderful Sunday, and we will see you soon.